Kuro Games is about to permanently alter the optimal team-building math in Wuthering Waves, and if you are currently draining your strides on the version 3 for Cyberpunk collaboration banners, you are likely severely compromising your account's future progression. Sometime over the next few days, we are anticipating a massive drip marketing campaign that will not only reveal the upcoming 3.5 roster, but potentially unveil a full roadmap of up to 6 brand new characters carrying us all the way through version 3.8. This is expected to be on the exact same scale as the massive reveals we saw for Renacita, Septimon, and the Lahai Roi region. In this video, we are bypassing the generic hype to give you a ruthless, mathematically grounded breakdown of the upcoming glacial negative status meta, the strict resonance chain locks for the new Electro sub DPS, and I will give you a definitive, objective verdict on whether you should skip the upcoming Lucicela banner based entirely on these leaked kit mechanics. Save up to 24% on your top-ups using Loot Bar. It's a solid way to save money. For example, the 6,480 Lunites pack costs around $76 on Loot Bar compared to $100 in-game. The top-up process is very straightforward. Just pick your pack, log in through their single-use cloud device, redeem it in-game exactly like the official store, and then log out. Loot Bar is widely used and has tens of thousands of reviews on Trustpilot, making it one of the most trusted platforms for in-game top-ups. Link to Loot Bar is in the description. Let us get the timeline locked in immediately so you know exactly how many days you have to farm. To be completely transparent, this next section regarding character kits is pure leak territory, meaning we are looking at raw developer beta data that is still actively shifting, so expect base multipliers to fluctuate before the patch goes live. Here is what is officially locked in versus community speculation. We just officially entered the highly anticipated version 3.4 update earlier this week on June 8th, bringing with it the Cyberpunk collaboration. Historically, Kuro follows a very rigid schedule, dropping character drip marketing exactly 5 to 6 days after a brand new patch goes live. This perfectly positions the massive 3.5 reveal window for this coming weekend, between June 14th and June 15th. However, there is a massive schedule conflict happening right now. The highly anticipated character Lucilla is officially launching on June 14th. From a strict marketing perspective, dropping a roadmap of 6 future characters on the exact same day a new premium unit releases is incredibly risky, as it could severely cannibalize Lucilla's day 1 banner revenue. Because of this, Kuro might deliberately delay the drip marketing into the following week to let Lucilla's sales peak. We are also tracking a confirmed Cardathia rerun banner scheduled for June 18th alongside critical endgame resets. Your Tower of Adversity is resetting on June 22nd, and the Whimpering Wastes will reset shortly after on July 6th. Finally, the version 3.5 livestream is slated for exactly 1 week before the current patch ends, which will officially lock in the final animation values. Furthermore, we are expecting the 3.5 beta servers to spin up by the end of next week. Now, let us dissect the raw mechanical data for this upcoming 6-character roadmap, starting with the version 3.5 lineup featuring Yang Yang SP and Sui Sui. Yang Yang SP is completely abandoning her original supportive utility to step into the role of a hyper-carry Havoc main DPS wielding a sword. The critical detail hidden in the data means is her reliance on something called a Havoc Bane mechanic. Instead of offering simple front-loaded burst damage, the Bane system theoretically points toward a localized debuff application where she applies stacking multipliers to the target. In practical terms, this means her field time requirements will likely be incredibly rigid. If you are forced to dodge cancel out of her primary basic attack string or you miss a crucial parry window, you will likely drop your Bane stacks, completely tanking her overall DPS output. She is going to demand high player skill and perfect animation canceling to achieve her theoretical damage ceiling. Her sister Sui Sui is where the team-building meta becomes incredibly restrictive. Sui Sui is a blonde-haired rectifier user designed fundamentally as a negative status support. Initially, the community speculated she would be a universal debuffer capable of slotting into any team composition, but the current data strings show she is strictly bound to the glacial element. She is hard-coded to synergize almost exclusively with Hiyuki. If you are running Hiyuki as your main glacial DPS, and you pull the upcoming Lucilla to act as your off-field glacial sub-DPS, Sui Sui slots in as the final piece to complete a monoglacial negative status triad. And this brings me to the honest value caveat for this patch cycle. This specific team composition is an ultra-premium, highly expensive luxury setup. If you skipped Hiyuki during their banner run, or if you are a free-to-play player trying to stretch your astrites across multiple elements, investing in Sui Sui is a massive account trap. She offers virtually zero account flexibility outside of that specific glacial niche. If you do not have the complete premium core ready to go, you need to skip her entirely and save your pulls for a more universal support unit. Before we move further down the leaked roadmap into patches 3.6 and beyond, we are running a massive account progression giveaway to celebrate the channel hitting our next major milestone. The exact moment this channel crosses 300 subscribers, I am giving away a free Lunite subscription to one lucky viewer to help maximize your upcoming patch 3.5 pull economy. To lock in your entry right now, all you need to do is like this video, make sure you are actively subscribed to the channel, and drop your exact in-game UID down in the comments below. Also, out of the two version 3.5 sister units we just covered, Yang SP or Suis, which one fits your current main team composition better? And what specific element are you currently lacking most on your account? Drop those detailed answers along with your UID to enter, and let us jump right back into the mechanical breakdown for patch 3.6. Moving into those later patches, we have Qin Xiao, an arrow main DPS character who also utilizes a sword. The early animation leaks are fascinating because they show her literally floating on swords during her combat strings. From a mechanical standpoint, this strongly points toward an aerial combat modifier system. Wuthering Waves has experimented with aerial combat before, but if Qin Xiao's kit scales primarily off aerial combo multipliers, her team requirements will drastically change. When you are suspended in the air, you are highly vulnerable to enemy hitboxes. She will almost certainly require a dedicated shielder or a unit that provides massive stagger resistance, because getting knocked out of the air by a boss projectile will instantly reset your damage scalars and completely ruin your rotation timer. Following her, we have Jingran, who visually shares a massive amount of design DNA with the rover, stepping onto the field as a fusion main DPS wielding a broadblade. Broadblade users in this game historically suffer from incredibly sluggish frame data, requiring players to perform heavy, precise animation canceling to optimize their overall DPS output and energy generation. If Jingran's base multipliers are not significantly overtuned to compensate for his inherently slower swing speed, he will easily fall behind our current top-tier fusion carries. You will need to perfectly execute swap cancels on his heavy attacks to maintain optimal team rotation times without losing overall DPS. Next up is H-Sign, a brand new Electro character who is already generating a massive amount of misconceptions in the community. Let me be perfectly clear based on the raw kit data we have. H-Sin is not a traditional on-field main DPS at resonance level 0. She is structurally designed as an off-field sub-DPS or an energy battery support unit. If you want her to actually function as a primary on-field carry, the leaks suggest you will be forced into pulling multiple resonance chain copies. That is a massive red flag for low spenders, and if you are looking for a cheap hyper carry, she is not it. However, the ultimate saving grace here is her explicit built-in synergy with the upcoming free Electro Rover releasing in version 3.5. Because every single player will receive Electro Rover for free, if HSyn's off-field application rate can reliably trigger Electro Rover's resonance liberation modifiers, this specific duo could easily form a highly competitive, completely free-to-play, friendly quick-swap core. Finally, we have Suming, an upcoming Havoc Rectifier user who specializes as a first-slot support character directly buffing Echo's skill damage. This is arguably the most valuable and future-proof mechanic on the entire leaked roster. Instead of generically buffing standard basic or heavy attack damage, injecting raw multipliers into your actual Echo skills fundamentally shifts how you farm and execute your optimal rotations. If her buff applies a separate multiplicative instance to Echo damage rather than a simple additive base stat increase, she could single-handedly revive older, heavily power-crept units who rely extensively on their active Echo slots for upfront burst damage. We have 6 massive units competing for your highly limited resources over the next few months, and making the wrong pull decision right now will permanently brick your tower of adversity progression for the next 2 major patch cycles.